Hey everyone, my name is Christine and I'm a PTE expert and I work for EnglishWise where we are helping here already thousands and thousands of people all over the world to get their desired score in PTE. And since you're watching this video, I'm very happy because you could be one of our successful stories. Talking about oral fluency today because a lot of times I have been asked, Christine, how to improve my oral fluency. So today I am going to share a lot of tips for you in order for you to score 90 in your oral fluency. Okay, so first of all, let us get to know oral fluency. What does it really mean when you say oral fluency? So let us break down the words. Oral, meaning coming from the mouth. Fluency is like when you speak in a flow. So like a fluid, imagine a water flowing, isn't it? It doesn't stop until you close the faucet or you have the control to stop it, but it goes continuously. Same thing, oral fluency is you're speaking continuously and you're only pausing if it is a full stop or when you have planned that pauses. So that's what we're going to talk about today. I will make it easy for you to remember. The tips that I'm going to share is in a summary of the word fluent, F-L-U-E-N-T. 6 tips. Okay, so with all those tips, I will just be using one example so you will not be confused, okay? As we go along, just go with me and stay tuned. Letter F first is flow. To improve your oral fluency, you should speak in a flow. How to speak in a flow is not separating or splitting the words. So if you look at our example, in this first long line, we say a student exchange program complements formal education while promoting tolerance, maturity, and independence. That's one go. Probably in a normal way of speaking or in real life, you will read this as a student exchange program. So that's when we say do not split, do not separate the words. There should be no gap in between the words. Instead of a student exchange program, there are 4 pauses already. But just go in one flow and you pause if it's a full stop or a comma. If it's a really long sentence, then you plan where can I pause, but not every word or every 2 or 3 words. So limit the pauses. That's actually the next letter, letter L, limit the pauses. When we say limit the pauses, you have to make sure that you make good use of your preparation time. So you know by now already that there is a preparation time in your read aloud, 35 seconds. That's where you will try to read it like a general rehearsal, and that's where you know this sentence is very long, this is where I'll pause, or this sentence has a full stop, this is where I'll pause. Planning of pauses is very critical. Let me also add to the letter F that I've mentioned earlier. I said flow. Another thing to avoid to improve your fluency is your use of fillers. So sometimes it is our habit to say when we are a bit nervous. So remove those fillers. The computer is designed that way to pick it up and that will lower your oral fluency. So don't use fillers and then limit your pauses. Next letter is U. U is for unnecessary pauses. So they're still connected, but I would like to highlight when it comes to your unnecessary pauses, do not hesitate. Okay, do not try to pause again per word, because if you pause per word, the computer will think that you are not sure how to say the next word. That's why you're pausing. Okay, so just go on. Make it very continuous. Everything must be planned accordingly, and we have to create a consistency and a pattern to the computer on when we are pausing. And remember, this does not just apply in your read aloud, okay? In PTE speaking, it has to be very consistent from read aloud until your last question or answer short questions. You have to keep the same flow and same pauses, okay? Letter E is for effortless. So overall, your delivery of your speaking must be effortless. This will greatly improve improve your fluency. When I say effortless, I mean that when you are trying to speak the words, or when you're doing the read aloud, for example, describe, image, repeat sentence, you are not struggling. There's no sign that you are nervous, and there's no sign that you are about to lose your breath. So how to do this is, of course, to always practice. That's one, and to stay calm. Why do I say practice or exercises? Do some exercise every day or daily. Because this is a new skill that we are learning, because we're not doing this in real life, isn't it? So when it is something new to you, you're not very comfortable at the beginning. So what you need to do is to do it constantly and daily, so that you'll get the hang of it. When you get the hang of it, it becomes a habit, and it will just come naturally. Okay, so at the beginning it will not be that easy, but as long as you do it consistently, the last thing you know is you're just doing it effortlessly. So make sure you practice. And another tip I'd say is speak English even when you're at home. So one common mistakes that I've noticed is some students, after they practice here, when they go home or when they talk to their friends from the same country maybe, or from the same group, so they now start to use their mother tongue, which is not really a problem, but just before your exam, try to really practice speaking in English, so you'll be more comfortable, and that will really help you a lot. Okay, letter N is natural. Be natural. Okay, so again, do not use or imitate or copy another person's accent. So sometimes we think, do I need to really speak in an Australian accent because we are here in Australia, or maybe you're in a different country and you want to make sure you sound like an English native speaker. That's not really the case. Okay, just be natural, because again, the more you try to copy someone else's accent, then the more you become uncomfortable. And again, there is a difference between accent and pronunciation. Okay, let me tell you this example. When you say accent, it's the manner, how you say things. Pronunciation is how you say the things correctly and clearly. For example, the word human, if you say this as human, then that's a pronunciation error. But how you say it, or the style, as long as it's clear, you don't have to copy anyone's accent. So you have to only consider that you are speaking things clearly and correctly based on the English standard, not on anyone's accent. Okay, so also another thing about being natural is the speed. So a common misconception is, if you go too fast, does that give you more marks? No. Again, natural speed. If your speed is naturally a bit faster than the normal one, that is okay as long as it's clear. But if it's compromising the clarity of your speaking, then you are not using a natural speed. Okay? So even though we are not pausing per word, for example, in our sentence here, we are not pausing a student exchange. We are connecting the words together. It doesn't mean that we have to say it fast. For example, this is the wrong way to do it. A student exchange program complements formal education while promoting tolerance maturity. No. Did the computer understand any of the word you said? I bet no. So what you just need to do is to make sure you connect the words together, but still make sure you open the mouth with clarity and you still read it clearly. A student exchange program complements formal education while promoting tolerance, maturity, and independence. Okay, so that's how you do it. Last but definitely not the least is the tone, letter T. So again, we keep repeating this. Tone must be calm and confident. Remember when we say we have to use a flat tone, but that doesn't mean that you have to do a robotic tone. So sometimes if I tell the student you have to do flat tone, then they will start to say, student exchange program compliments. So that's not the right way to do it. It's not a robotic tone. Again, we're not separating the words, but we're doing it without much emphasis or stress. We say a student exchange program complements formal education while promoting tolerance. Okay, so that's how you do the flat tone. And don't try to whisper. So I appreciate some of us might start to practice already doing the flat tone, but if it already lowers the volume when you speak, then that will again create a problem to your speaking. So don't try to whisper, like for example, a student exchange program complements formal education. So the clarity will not be there. So speak in a confident tone and volume and just still do the flat tone. Okay? Don't whisper, don't be nervous, and make sure that you are not using an uneasy tone. Just be relaxed, loosen up, release the tension. Okay? Be confident and make sure that how you speak is very smooth. And overall, I'm very sure you'll get that 90 score in your speaking. So there you have it. There are a lot of tips for your oral fluency, but these are the tips that I find that would be very helpful for you. And I hope this video has been very useful for you today. Thank you again for watching. Please make sure to click the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel to learn more about the other tips when it comes to your PTE. Keep practicing, and again, practice makes improvement. See you on our next sessions. Thank you.